Another Wonka is taking over the box office. The prequel, starring Timothée Chalamet, took the top spot at theaters this weekend, bringing in $39 million in the US. For more on this, we're joined by Yahoo Finance's Alexandra Canal. We know there's always big shoes to fill here. Ever since Gene Wilder and then Johnny Depp, how did Timothée Chalamet do?
Well, Rochelle, I would say it was a pretty sweet opening for this remake, no pun intended. As you mentioned, an estimated $39 million domestically. That brings the global total to just over $150 million. Now, this was higher than box office watchers had been projecting, but it was a big push from Warner Brothers, which had heavily been promoting the film. Solid ratings as well, 84% critic score on Rotten Tomatoes with a 91% audience score. So the hope is that with these solid ratings, there's going to be continued word of mouth and that these box office dollars can tick higher through the end of the year. It's also a solid start for the live action musical. We've really seen that genre struggle over the past few years. You think of films like West Side Story, Dear Evan Hansen, In the Heights. Those films largely underperformed, and I personally enjoyed all of them. I'm a musical kind of girl, but didn't quite resonate with audiences there. Now, if we want to compare the current remake, you mentioned the Johnny Depp one, bit of an underperformance compared to Johnny Depp. That remake pulling in $56.2 million compared to the $39 million of the current one with Timothée Chalamet. But we do know that the box office has been going through the ringer since 2005, which is when Charlie and the Chocolate Factory premiered. According to ComScore data, if we take a look through the end of the year, what we could possibly see right now, $8.6 billion at the box office. The hope was that we could get to $9 billion, considering we only have a few more titles left to debut until the end of the year. Not quite sure we'll get there, but still, this is the best performance for the box office since COVID really upended the entire industry. Certainly better than last year, where we had $7.46 billion and 2021's $4.56 billion tally. But we're still not quite back to those pre-pandemic numbers of between 10 to 11 billion. And it's possible we might not ever get there as more movies go direct to streaming and consumers really are more selective about the movies they want to see in theaters. But we'll see. If we can hit that 9 billion number, especially considering all the labor strikes, I think that would be pretty solid.
Yeah, a positive way to end the year in a tough year in the space. Ali Canal, thanks so much for that.